Hi everybody, it's Rangers Ready Go here with another collector's review. It's been a while since I did one of these. I think this is the first episode of season 3 of my collector's reviews, guys. So stick with me. There's a few more to come for this season, and I'm going to take a break from the collector's reviews after this season for a little while because I've got lots of big plans coming up for 2019. So not to say that I'm never going to do collector's reviews again. Just that I'm just going to take a break from for a while after this set that I am currently producing. Anyway, today I'm going to review a Morpher. You guys know me. I love to review Morphers. That's the majority of what I review when it comes to Power Ranger collectibles. I love the Henshin devices, the changers, the Morphers, whatever have you. Done a lot of them in the past. One that I haven't done yet, that I skipped over many times, I thought about doing, was the Tensou Sentai Goseiger Tensouders. The Tensouder is what they call the Gosei Morphers in the Japanese version. Tensai Sentai Goseiger. Here in America, we call it Power Rangers Megaforce. I like the Morphers. I think they were okay. I mean, obviously, they are meant to represent, like, say, like a tiki idol, like a tiki head. Like if anybody's ever seen, like, say, images of Easter Island, and you see the big tiki heads, that's pretty much the theme of the way the Morpher works. Now, in Tensou Sentai Goseiger, it's a tongue twister. Their mentor was an angel of sorts, named Gosei. Now, Gosei means angel. It's the Japanese word for angel. And Tensou is the Japanese word for miracle. So, roughly translated, the series translates to Miracle Squadron Angel Ranger, which is a little strange. But here, where they're just called Power Rangers Megaforce. But anyway, going to review the Tensouder. Now, I'm not going to review the American version, the Gosei Morpher by Bandai of America. Not only because I don't own it, I refuse to own it, but the American version of a lot of the Morphers from Super Sentai series, whenever they're brought here and adapted to Power Rangers, Bandai of America has a habit of basically ruining, butchering, destroying the toy for collectors, for here in America. Here in America, Bandai of America, they basically just made the toys for kids. Enough said, they just made it for kids. So therefore, this being the actual prop size from Tensou Sentai Goseiger or Power Rangers Megaforce, here in America, if I was to have the American version, that thing would be like, it'd be like that big compared to it. In comparison, it's ridiculous how small we have to make everything here in America. But hopefully that situation is rectified soon, considering Hasbro now has the rights to Power Rangers and not Bandai anymore. So at least when it comes to the toys. So Hasbro owns it all now. So we're going to see new toys from Hasbro, and everybody's really hoping and really wishing that Hasbro does Power Rangers Beast Morphers or Tokome Sentai Go Busters, the new adaptation for 2019. Hopefully they do that series justice when it comes to the toy replications. I would like to see them just basically port the Japanese versions, Bandai of Japan versions, here to America, and just change the sound chips in it if you have to make it sound more like the sounds from our version of the show, but keep the size and the functions the same. Don't change anything else. There's no need to change anything else. If you do, you're just cutting down on size just to save money on plastic. Well, what would you really be saving? A penny or two? Come on, guys. People are going to buy these. Put them out actual size, people will buy them. But on to the review of the Tensouder itself. Now, this particular version is the Tensouder DX, which is obviously just short for Deluxe. This is what they sold in stores in Japan. Bandai of Japan. It has a copyright somewhere on here. I cannot find. You know what? There it is. You got to open up the mouth to see the copyright. 2010, Bandai 2009, made in China. Now, even though I've stated before, even though it states made in China on this Japanese version, this is the Japanese version. Basically, even our Bandai of America, even our toys still have made in China on the back. So it's basically, it's licensed by Japan. This is the official Japanese licensed version, but everything's made in China. So we just can't get around that. Everything's made in China. But right here on the back, there, I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, it says 2010, but then the copyright is 2009. What are you going to do? Like I said, this is the Japanese version. Now, I'm not just going to review this version of it. I said I'm not going to review the American version because I don't own it. But I also have here, they're twins. This is actually a newer version. I got this one, the Japanese version, used off of eBay a couple years ago. And this one's a little bit roughed up. You can tell a kid had a hold of it because you can see some paint scratches, some fading on the painting where it looks like a kid had been playing with it a little bit too rough. But that's totally fine. I haven't got around to restoring this yet, to basically, just using touch-up paint to fix it up. Haven't got around to this one yet, been really busy. But this one, however, I bought brand new in the package from eBay before I bought this one. So this one's actually, I bought this one before I bought the Japanese one, but this is the Korean version. Now, the only difference in these two, the Japanese version and the Korean version, the only real difference is the sounds that they make when you put in the cards, the Tensou cards. The Tensou cards being... Hope I didn't just move that. I think I did. Oh well. These are the Tensou cards. Now I've got quite a collection of them in here. Quite the big stack of Tensou cards for these. Now, apparently these cards, whether they come in Korean or Japanese, it really doesn't matter. You'll see right here. I don't know if you can see that. It says Miracle Force. Well, like I said, which is basically miracle is obviously our word for the word Tensou, and this is Tensou Sentai Goseiger. So Miracle Force, Tensou Sentai, basically the same thing. They just translated it into English, which is strange because it's Korean, but they wrote Miracle Force because in Korea, Power Rangers Megaforce or Tensou Sentai Goseiger, in Korea the show is known as Power Rangers Miracle Force, which again is really strange. You figure it's Korea, they could still technically call it Super Sentai. All they really do is port it over and put the subtitles in Korean. That's really all they do, but they still have the feeling that, feel the need to change the name to Power Rangers. I don't get it, because Power Rangers is totally different. I'm not even going to get into the Korean version of Power Rangers or Super Sentai. I'm just not going to do it. I mainly focus on Power Rangers and Super Sentai, so Japan and America only, guys. But let me go ahead and get on to showing you the functions of this. I don't want this video to drag on real quick, because you guys came to see what they do or what they look like when I'm doing it. So first we'll start with the Japanese version, because that's the most popular, widely collected one. The on switch is here, right on the back, right there. And when you turn it on, there will be a red light and an indication sound that you've turned the device on. All right, just a quick little chiming noise, little miraculous chime. And as you see right now, in this mode, the eyes are green because green for go, I guess. Who knows? But to activate the Morpher, let me get one of the Tensou cards out here. I keep them in here obviously because they're more protected from dust and the elements, and I have cats and they like to tear paper up, so I got to keep it away from the cats. So just going to do the basic transformation card. Like I said, these cards, I have the Korean version of the cards that came with the Korean version of the Tensouder, which was brand new in package. But when I bought this used, that Japanese Tensouder used, it was just a Tensouder. It did not come with any of the change cards, any of the Tensou cards, which is fine because, like as I've stated, whether they're the Japanese version or the Korean version, they work in either one, so it doesn't matter. And it actually corresponds the way that it should because it reads from this barcode that's on the card. It's on the front and on the back. All right, and it always tells you, it's always got an arrow at the top right corner. It lets you know that's this side up, basically, when you would put it in the device. So we're going to go ahead, put your finger right here. There's a little switch right inside there. Put your finger there, and you pull it down all the way out till it clicks. And as you go here, it made a sound, and the eyes changed from green to red. So it says gotcha. No idea why it says gotcha. I think it's a little strange. But, and as the toy, as the mouth is open on the toy, the red indication light will continue to glow until you've closed it. So that's actually nice. But at the same time, it's a downfall because, say, your kid leaves the device on, opens the mouth, and then just sets it on the floor. That light's going to continue to blink like that, and it's just going to drain the battery. So I can't stand it when they do that. It's like, on and off switches are a must for these toys. They are a must because I hate toys that don't have an on and off switch. And the toy is basically always on, drawing power from the battery, and it's a waste of the battery. So can't stand it. Hopefully the Hasbro doesn't make any of the toys for their future series like that. Hopefully none of it. But some of the older series definitely have that feature, and I can't stand it. Always have an on and off switch. Indicator sounds and lights aren't necessary unless you don't have an on and off switch. But if you do, it's just better for everyone. So we're going to go ahead and show you how this works. You open it up, you take the card, and you just clip it right in there. It slides up, and there's a little clip right here, little red clip that the card hooks onto, and you close it. It says change, Goseiger. And that's the Japanese version. Even though it's a Korean card, it's still the sounds in it still corresponded to the Japanese translation for the show. So that's really, really nice. I like that. So if you can hear again. Alrighty. Obviously, the toy makes all sorts of different sounds and special effects when you put other Tensou cards, change cards, inside the Morpher. I was just exhibiting the actual change card, the actual morphing card right now. But to get the card out, obviously, you pull the mouth down. You just really, really lightly press the red clip down, grab the card, and slide it out. It's a little awkward. I can really, really imagine if you have a little kid who's playing with this and has a bunch of these cards are probably bent all to hell. But obviously, I'm a serious collector, and my kids, obviously, they like Power Rangers. They have Power Ranger toys. I would never buy them the Japanese versions of these toys just to play with. But I will buy them for my kids, the original Japanese versions, if they intend on taking good care of it and using them only for cosplay purposes and stuff like that. If they just want to dress up for Halloween or if we're going to a Comic-Con or something, that's fine. Use the Japanese version. It's obviously way more accurate and looks way better. And I don't know why I'm putting this away because I wanted to show you the Korean version as well. So we're going to go ahead and set the Japanese version down. Bring the Korean version up, and they weigh exactly the same. They're the exact same size, like I showed you. I'd say they're about 6 inches in diameter from top to bottom, about 6 inches, maybe about 3.5 inches across. maybe not even that, maybe 3 inches across. But it's the same as the Japanese version. Switch in the exact same spot on the back. The exact same sound and indication. Light came on. It says gotcha. Same thing as the Japanese version. I've noticed that this one, however, is a little louder. The speaker on this one works a little louder. I don't know if you could tell. A little bit louder. Echoes a little bit more, so. Anyway, same card. This is the Korean card that just came out of the Japanese Tensouder, but it activated the proper Japanese functions, so that's good. Now we're going to do this one. Change card. The exact same way. And close it. Now, did you hear that? The sound was different. Instead of saying change Goseiger, it said change Miracle Force. And the sound was after that followed was a little bit different, had a different tone, but for the most part was exactly the same. Again, it's just different depending on whether you're from Korea or Japan, or like me, if you're here from America and you'd prefer the Korean version, which I don't know who would. I've never seen the Korean version. I don't know anyone who has seen it. But obviously for accuracy, to be 100% accurate, I would definitely choose the Japanese version over the Korean version. Now, because my Japanese one is used, it's a little bit tore up. If I were to cosplay as ever cosplay as a Megaforce or a Ranger or a Goseiger, I would probably take the Korean version with me just for the fact that it's not all scratched up. It's brand new, it's pristine, it's got no defects, damages whatsoever. And you would only be able to tell that it's Korean when you activate the sounds putting the card inside. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. And I know I'm really late to the party reviewing this, but it's my channel. I don't care. I'm going to review these things whenever I get around to them. If you guys have been here with me up until now, you guys can rock with me the long way. It doesn't matter. You guys know what to expect from me. I review what I want when I want, but it's all for you guys. You guys know that. So let me know what you guys think. Which one would you prefer? Obviously, they look the same. They feel the same. Just the sounds are different. Obviously, I know the majority of you would say, yes, I want the original Japanese DX version. Although the Korean DX version is exactly the same, if you come across the Korean version on eBay for relatively cheap, if it's cheaper than the Japanese version, who's it hurting? Just pick it up anyway, because it's exactly the same. It just sounds a little different here and there, depending on what card you have inside of it. But they're both really high quality toys, guys. And that's all I really have to say about these. Leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys thought of this one. I'm going to start to ramble, so I'm wrapping it up right now. So this was my comparison of the Tensou Sentai Goseiger Tensouder Morpher and the Power Rangers Miracle Force Tensouder / Gosei Morpher from Tensou Sentai Goseiger / Power Rangers Megaforce. Man, this is such a mouthful to say. Tongue twisters, man. Tongue twisters. Can't stand them. Anyway, guys, be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. You all know the deal. Help me out, guys. And until this next episode, this next collector's review, which I hope you guys will enjoy, there'll probably be a couple other videos in between that. Hope you guys tune in for those as well. And I'll see you all later. This concludes our broadcast day.